Thanks for joining us. Apologies for being late. Well, I'm only 1 minute late, but yeah, a lot going on today, so slightly late in getting everything prepared. So let's just talk a little bit about what I do in the trading room and how I make money out of this market. Most days, very high probability success rate. You can see that from what I'm posting on my website. You can see posting profit and losses on the photo album on the meetup group and the back of the website, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So everything's transparent. Today I am, let me look at my account. I've got a small profit. Yeah, I had 2 stop outs, 1 winning trade and 2 stop outs. I'm actually in profit because of the way I manage risks. Despite having 2 stop outs and only 1 winning trade, I am still in profit because of the way in which I manage that winning trade. So what I'm going to show you here is, this is just one little bit of preparation I do in the markets before I start day trading, before I start scalping. You know, as a scalper, I'm not just chucking my charts open and jumping into a trade. I am doing just as much research, if not more, than a swing trader would do. But I'm doing it before I open my trading room, so that by the time everyone comes into the trading room, they get the benefit of all my preparation, and I can suggest levels that I think are going to work and levels that may not work. So what I've been doing in this Dow is, I have actually up till now I've been buying dips because we've been on a nice little run. There's a couple of, a few nice little runs, and then we just got into this bit of a rocky period here where the markets are trying to sort themselves out. And as I'm speaking, there is potentially a buy signal coming in, but I obviously will leave that. So you can see on this 50%, this dotted line is 50% of this last fib move that I've measured, and this last fib move is my 2-hour chart, which carries the high and low of the prior month. This is just one of so this is one of the things I look at. I just find this very, very useful to gauge the level of the market in relation to price action, price activity from the previous month. Because you can see these sell zones I've knocked up here from the selling that we saw in September, and so and likewise we have sold there from this month. Traditionally, the best time to trade stocks is October around to April. So in theory, these pullbacks should be getting bought if that's going to be the case this year, because it wasn't last year. But what's the difference between this year and last year? The difference is interest rates have come down, and the market is pricing in another cut for the 30th of this month in the Dow. And earnings, we're in the middle of the earnings season. We've had the Boeing's earnings before the open today, and the market has reacted positively. So that's why I've been buying pullbacks, because this range here, if I look at this range here, you can see we had 5-minute chart with an 89-day average. I don't normally trade with an 89-day average. It just happens this chart has got 89-day average on it, but I don't ordinarily have that. In fact, let me delete that now, because it's no use on a smaller time. There's no use to me on a smaller time frame anyway. So here we are with the first 5 minutes of the day. That's the first 5 minutes of. That's not. That's the second 5 minutes. This is the first 5 minutes of the day. We have been sort of pivoting either side of it. So that's why I've got a couple of stop outs, because I expected it to drop. I didn't expect this to drop all the way back to here, and so I've left it now and waiting for the last hour of trading. But this is essentially what we're doing in Scalper School. We are looking for the open trading range, looking for the levels of the first 5-minute range, and then we are looking to see if that can if that's going to hold, if this range is going to hold, and we're going to push up, or looking to see if we're going to break, and we should be short. At the moment, you can see this is not an ideal scalper score. It's you can make money in this market for sure, as I have done, but if you're moving one side of the range and then the other side, then you've got a market that is not directional, and trading in as a scalper is lower probability. So that's why on a day like today, it's good to talk about trading on a day like today, because that means we can then see where the system does work and where it doesn't work. And today, well, it is working, but not to a decent follow-through effect. We're not getting the follow-through. If the price breaks up from this high, and when it pulls back it doesn't hold, then I'm not interested. I'm going to stand aside and leave that. So at the moment this could go either way. That's the problem with it. This could, if we close underneath here, we could just continue down and come and find this support down here. So it's non-tradable. So that's scalper school trading in a nutshell. We're just looking at that range and taking a position from that. And like I said, as I started off by saying, the background to scalper school is looking at the longer term potential and the bigger picture for this. And so in terms of the bigger picture, I am looking for this market could topple over. Why do I say that? Because if you look at the MACD, one of the things that the MACD is very, very useful on is if you've got a market that is potentially reversing, and that's what I'm suggesting this could be doing, what you would normally see on a market that is reversing is divergence, and that's exactly what we've got up here. So if you're making new highs, or if you've got on a bull run like that, and this MACD is not reacting and turning positive, then it shows you that the MACD could be telling you that the momentum is coming out of this market and we could be rolling over. So this push here and this push here has been spent most of the time under the midline of the MACD. Now, I'm not a huge indicator fan, but I do like to use indicators on bigger time frames to help me find markets that could potentially be doing this. So, I mean, overall, this market really is not doing much because we spent a long time in that range. We spent quite a long time in that range. And here we are just sitting up at a slightly higher range, not doing much. So since we've had this post-Trump euphoria from 16 into 18, the market has really struggled, and that is a major line of resistance. So if the bulls sink their teeth into this and we start failing, even in this week alone, I think that could trigger some decent drops. You can see we're flat last week and we're flat this week. Here we are in the second half of the week, going nowhere. So why would you, if you are an investor if you're looking to buy and hold something, at the moment, this is not a great market for buy and hold. But as a scalper, you can make a daily income from it just by looking at, by using the system. Now, what I'm not showing you here is the anchor system, and that really helps you to focus on some bigger moves. So we're looking for 50, 100 plus pips on the anchor system, and that's why if you come into Scalper School system, that's what you will potentially, sorry about that noise, that's the main thing that you will learn on Scalper School. The other aspect of my trading is looking at data moves. Anybody who's looking at day trading is bound to be looking at potential data moves. And here we've had, this is oil with oil events, oil inventories. So it doesn't matter what, they could have been a number that would suggest the market could be a build-up in oil inventories. In other words, a surplus of oil. For all I know, that's what we could have had today, but this market has still gone up. So I'm not interested in what the data is. I'm looking at the market reaction of the data. The market reaction was up. We had a very minor pullback, and here we are still making new intraday highs. I was hoping this would come all the way back down to the breakup area, but that is not the case. So at the moment I can't trade that, but what I will do is I will leave, if this market is that bullish, I will leave that level on my chart and hope that I can see that, get that tomorrow and potentially trade that tomorrow. Okay, we've traded, yesterday we bought at low in oil. So although we are scalping, we are using our anchor chart for bigger moves. So that's had a high of 1496 from this low of 1483. So this was a key area for me. So I was talking to the guys in the room about this, called that, and subsequently sat in that overnight. Gas was a good time of year to normally trade gas, but it's really struggling here, and gas inventories tomorrow. So if you are, in a very, very short period of time, I've talked to you about the core element in Scalper School, the potential divergence in these indices. Actually, that's not that. And how we trade data. So that in essence is what Scalper School is all about. Now if you want to participate in some of these moves, you've got to join us in the trading room. Trading is tough, particularly if you've not spent that long trading. If you're looking for ways in which that you can capture some of these moves and have a set of rules that will give you high probability trades, then that's what Scalper School can offer you. So if you go to this website, which I'll send you the link to, and go to scalperschool.co.uk. On this website you will see several things. You will see my latest trades. So yesterday on this is only one of 3 accounts I trade. I did 559 profit on that day. I did £570 profit on that day. Only 333 on that day. I'm showing you a £500 profit on the Dow and a $10 move. There's my entry and exit in gold on that day. So there you go. So these are live these are screenshots of my actual account. So if you are interested in this program and you want to join in on this system trading that we do and trade with other traders, in a fixed rules-based environment, this is what you get. You get a 4-hour intensive program. We talk about trading gaps, trading the anchor chart system, which keeps us in the right side of the trade, and trading data. So data could be non-farm, US jobs, oil invents, whatever. And the next one is on the 26th. So there's one coming up on Saturday. This Saturday, 9:30 till 1:30 in the afternoon, and including including 24 sessions in our trading room, it's a total of £575 or $699 US. And if you want to carry on in the room, there's a modest, that includes a month in the room. If you want to join us thereafter, there is a nominal fee to keep you in the room to cover costs. So that is a short, sharp, sweet introduction to scalping. And so if you would like to join up with that and get all our system, our support, and join our team, then you need to go onto this website. Just post the link now, and then just scroll down to the PayPal button. So there's one PayPal button for pounds, one PayPal button for dollars. Click that, submit your payment, and from that I can get all your details and send you the welcome pack and get you booked in. Okay, so I've been charging away at this, talking 10 to the dozen. Any questions? Have you got any questions about this, about what I've talked about? Day trading, about Scalper School, about the trading room? Any questions? Let's have a look at what else is going on in the not for the moment. Okay. So yeah, so fractals and different time frames play a major role in what we do. We're looking for confluence in our anchor system and in the way in which the market is reacting to the open range, and then we are taking trades accordingly. And at the moment, despite having a little squirt at 6 o'clock when we open, this is not going anywhere. So I still no trade for me. I would look back at this in the last hour of trading and see if there's a trade to be had at that point. But at the moment, this is sending mixed signals, so that's a good reason to back off. Right, I'm setting up a series of meetups in central London. I've now got a venue, so if you would like to join us and come along for a drink and a chat and a discussion one-to-one in a very nice broker's presentation room, then I will watch out for the dates for that, and I'll post that, and you can hopefully join us at that stage. So that's 20-minute intro. Doesn't look as if you've got any questions for me. I will send out a copy of this recording to everybody anyway. So I will nip off, scan the markets, take a trade if there's something, otherwise leave it, and bid you farewell. Good, thanks a lot. But yeah, that's a very quick brushstroke view of what I'm doing and how we're managing ourselves. It's great fun. Come in the trading room, join us, and we can build your account up in the trading room. Thanks very much for coming, and take care. Have a good evening, and see you soon. Bye.